Whenever we're asked to simplify a ratio between two quantities which are expressed in different units, we have to make sure that the units are the same, and then we can simplify the ratio. So in this case, we've got kilometres compared to metres. So logically, we can change the kilometres to metres or the metres to kilometres. And there is usually a better choice. If we change the kilometres to metres, what will happen is that the 2.6 will become much larger. Whereas if we convert the 1,200 metres to kilometres, we'll introduce probably two decimal values. So quite often making the quantities larger is a better way to go, and then we can simplify the ratio. So in this case, what we'll do is convert the kilometres to metres, and we do that by multiplying the 2.6 kilometres by 1,000. When we do that, we get 2,600 to 1,200. That's our new ratio, and because the units now are the same, both in metres, we can actually remove the units symbol for metres. Now it's a matter of simplifying that ratio, and an easy one to do first of all is just to divide both quantities by 100, remembering that as long as we multiply or divide both quantities when we're simplifying a ratio, then we can end up with a ratio that's equivalent. So we end up with 26 to 12, and we can simplify that further by dividing both amounts by 2. And the simplest ratio we can get is 13 to 6. Now in the next example, we've got units expressed in time. We've got minutes and we've got hours. And using the same thinking as before, the simplest thing to do would be convert the hours to minutes. In other words, make the 2 hours a much larger number rather than make the 35 minutes into a decimal value. So if we do that, we need to change the hours to minutes by multiplying by 60, because there's 60 minutes in an hour. So this gives us 2 multiplied by 60, which is 120 minutes. And our ratio now, which can be expressed without the units, is 35 to 120. Now to simplify this ratio, we could express it as a fraction and then go through and simplify it by dividing the numerator and denominator by the same amount. Or another thing we can do with ratios or fractions, if the numbers are large, express the values as a product of their prime factors. Now we can see here on the screen that we've got 35 and 120 expressed as a product of their prime factors, and we have a common factor of 5. So that means that when we simplify our ratio, we can multiply the numbers shown here for 120, and we get a result of 7 to 24. So the simplified ratio of 35 minutes to 2 hours is 7 to 24.